article a number of years ago now. It was linked in the email that went out on the ship recently. But it's an article called Running Aft. My service on the ship, I was a snipe, I was an A-ganger. I wouldn't have known anybody in the turret except that I ran boats, so I knew most of the guys in second division. But my life was down below decks. You know, I was working in Omaha, and one of the things that happened on the morning of the 18th was my general quarter station was changed. Fairman Wainer changed the watch quarter station bill. I was getting short, and they moved me to after steering. And I thought that's kind of weird because I'm not fully qualified in after steering. But hey, it's an air-conditioned engineering space, and I couldn't ask for too much more than that. So I thought that's going to be great. I'm just going to go back there and skate and after steering, you know. And the next day, general quarters went down for real, and I found myself moving from the second deck by dental around turret 2 and all the way out. It's a weird feeling when you are prepared to fight fire, when you are trained to do damage control, when you have practiced everything that you want to do. And my guys that are here from A-Gang, they know me. I was a freaking, Blue Falcon. I wanted everything to be Joe Navy and perfect, and I had all my calls done and my I's dotted and T's crossed. And so that morning, instead of running to the fire, I ran aft. I ran about as far away from the turret as you can get on this ship. And I thought the whole time, I shouldn't be doing this. I need to be going forward. I need to be helping. I need to be doing something that makes a difference. But instead, I ran out. And I sat down there after steering, and it was quiet. It was quiet as a machinery space could be. There wasn't a lot going on. We could hear the communications, because that's an alternate bridge site. You had lots of comms, but nothing to do. And you sat back there and you waited, in this cool air-conditioned space while the ship was on fire and your shipmates were working the casualty. And it's not that I didn't get out of there and do stuff later that day. We all had our little slice of hell that we experienced that day. But I noticed some things because I had to run aft. I noticed things like meals being cooked, watches being stood, and the boiler steaming, and people navigating, and people going to the flight deck to receive POs, people launching boats, and people doing the job that they did every single day. And I was one of them. Eventually I went up and I made water. That's what I did every single day. So here I am, middle of the casualty. What am I doing? I'm making fresh water. And I thought to myself as I went through this, you know what? You don't have to be the frontline person to be doing something that matters. In fact, the frontline people cannot do their job without the people that are doing things that matter, that on center. And it took me a long time to get past that survivor's guilt, maybe survivor's guilt that drove me to come to work. A long time to realize that what you do matters. The little things that you do matter. The things that when you give a word of kindness to somebody matters. Somebody came into my office, I was having a really bad time this year. He said 6 words to me, and I was like, because what I did mattered. And I'm here to tell you, no matter what your trauma is, I know what most of our trauma is, but no matter what your trauma is here, what you do matters. How you deal with it matters. How you talk to other people matters. Every single thing that you do matters. And it allows the people who get the kudos to get the kudos. Doesn't mean that what you do is insignificant. And I just want you to walk away from with that thought and with this other thought. It's just a single phrase, and it's something. Recently had a child of mine who went through a fairly significant amount of trauma. But one of the things that I told her, she told me yesterday, and she said, "Dad, it's okay to be okay."